Hi everyone, this is Football and More. It's me again, it's Wei. So basically this video, so I watched the pre-season game with Liverpool and Napoli, lost 3-0. So when this video was uploaded, it was probably going to be the next day, so it will be on Monday in the US time. I don't know, to be honest, because the whole game, I watched it. I didn't watch the last 20 minutes because I was talking with another fan that was in here with me. I didn't really pay much attention on the last 20 minutes, but I think that would probably be enough. But I mean, if I get my window up, with probably a lot of sun going in, that kind of affect my video quality. So sorry, it was way too hot in here. I mean, it's almost 90 degrees and inside the car is going to be higher, so it's going to be fine. So most of the game, most time of the game, it was okay. We did play the way how we usually play, press them and create a couple of chances. Andy Robertson was superb. He created a chance. He created a chance about 4 minutes, around 4 minutes 45 seconds. Around that time, he made the cross in. It was pretty much an open goal for Origi, but he kind of like I think he tried to make the far post, but wasn't perfectly on. I think if that goal made in, it would be probably make a huge difference. The first goal, I don't really know, because the first goal, I think if Joe Martip closed him down, that goal wasn't going to be that easy. 3-0. I don't know, it's not a great result, but I rather we lost the pre-season instead of lost the game in the middle of the season, because if we realize the problem now, it will be much easier for us to just working on it and go through the season. So yeah, that works. And we still have one game with Leon, so I hope that game we can pick it up, and then after that Community Shields and Super Cup, so all that is going to be okay. This is how I think after France 3 gets back, after the Super Cup and Addison, and we just do training, okay, and Kloop will be like, all right, so this is the problem we have to deal with in the pre-season, and for this not to happen again, we're gonna train on this stuff. On the signing, I don't know, because I trust the squads, alright. Oxy, Keita and Lallana and Klein going to be back from injury after. So basically, I mean, technically, Klein gonna miss most of the season, and he probably gonna miss the entire season again, to be honest. Oxy, he's getting there. There's a few times in this game I've seen him just slowly get his feeling back, match sharpness back. I think that's good. I think after a few games after the season started, he will be the same player again. I believe in that. The only thing I'm worried is first of all is Keita. Can he be back the same again in the time we need it? And second is our left back, because what if Robertson got injury, and also injury for Salah, even though, yeah, of course, if Salah got injury, we can play Shaqiri in that position. But what if Mane got injury? Wijnaldum, he's quality, but he's not a super winger. Of course, he can play wing, and he still put out a decent performance. But when he is there, he's more of quit. So it's going to be rough. I know, to be honest. And well, at least few good things. At least few good things is Keita is back in training, and I believe Lallana is back in training again. Gonna suit for the training, gonna suit for the match very soon. And then it's Shaqiri is back in training again. So those players will be back soon. So, but I'm just a little bit nervous. Are we really not gonna sign a left back backup? But I think I think for us it's in a very weird position right now, because we want to sign a player and we're gonna tell them, okay, you coming in, you're not gonna straight to be a straight starter, because we have all these players that have been so brilliant. You can't just come in and be a starter. So, but for most of the players we're gonna sign, it's going to be youngster, and they have all just like 26, 25 years old. And they're going to be, okay, I'm okay with bench player or rotation player. And we're stepping on when we need to sub one player off, or some player suffering with injury. But most of the player, I don't think they really want that run right now, because a lot of players say, all right, I want my play time. I don't really know how it's going to be, but well, I mean, at least that's what we have right now. And yeah, let's hope we can win the league title this season. Because before that, I was thinking, well, but here's the thing: if we did sign Fekir or Bruno Fernandes, it would be great. Like before that, if we are going to sign an attacking midfielder, so let's say if we didn't sign Bruno Fernandes, we signed Fekir, compared to the price that he was last season and this season, 30 million is basically nothing for the Liverpool today. But I'm just not sure if he can come straight into the system, or can he match the quality that we wanted. Even though you tell me that he's like, especially his stats drop down so massively that I don't really think he can be the man that we wanted, as we used to want him as last season. So, and then Bruno Fernandes. Sorry, I have to get my window down a little bit, get some wind here, because it's really hot in here. Just for a few seconds, get myself some fresh air, and then I'm gonna close it. Yeah. So, well, to be honest, the player we have today, pretty much we have almost entire starting lineup. The only two not usual starting lineup are Origi. I think that's the only not starting lineup player we have this match, to be honest. But I think the main reason that caused it is it was that much sharpness wasn't coming back, and we went through a long season, and lots of players, they have their international match, and our front three is not there. But I think those shouldn't be the main problem. But you know, I'm a little bit nervous about the next season. I just hope at least next season we can still be the same team again, even though we have to suffer injury and I do believe when we back to Premier League, with all the players that have been through everything last season, especially when we back to Anfield, the entire atmosphere and the players, their mentality is going to be different. So I think, yes, of course, just like I said earlier, I'd rather we lost the pre-season, figure out what we lack of right now, and then solved it from now to the season started, or the first 4 or 5 games in the beginning of the season. So if we can solve that in the early season, then we're good. And I don't really think City it's going to be the same team next season as the last 2 seasons. And I mean, they might still be, but we might still have we still pretty much the same team, and we're probably gonna get better, especially Chance with all this player we have. It's going to be better, and I just hope if we're going to sign some more bench player, like 1 or 2 bench player in the future, or the way how we gonna play it is going to be different. I think that's going to be massively help the team a lot, and I believe that, I do trust Jurgen Klopp and his transfer strategy, because right now we can't be the same team as City, because yes, of course you can, in current day you can buy the trophy, the league trophy, because you can't buy Champions League trophy, but then that lost the meaning of the whole team. It lost the whole philosophy that Jurgen Klopp has put into this team. Because before last season, before the season when we going to the final and lost to Real Madrid, before 18-19 season, Liverpool was nobody. Even though we had astonishing season, to be honest, we were pretty much nobody. We signed Salah, cheap amount of money in current day's market. We signed Wijnaldum, which from Newcastle, which got relegated. And then Firmino, we signed him, and then with 20-something or 30-something million, if I believe, if I'm right. That time he didn't show his full potential to be the player he is today. And that time I was like, every time when I play FIFA, I want to sell Firmino, because he's not the right man for me at that time. I just feel like, no, he's not going to be a player for Liverpool. And then after that, I just feel like, you know what, with all these players that were nobody, and they're having this fantastic season. A lot of people say, yeah, it's a flow. They're just like, all right, they just have this one rush for the Champions League trophy. If we can have a flow for Champions League trophy, why can't we have a flow for league trophy? That's what I'm thinking. And we are not the team like City or Paris Saint-Germain or Real Madrid, because Real Madrid is the team that don't stop forward, they don't have any humility. Of course, the player will have, but the team itself doesn't. When you think a player is out, you are no longer useful for the team, they will get you out of the team. So in that case, Real Madrid is a different. I won't say they are not great. Of course, they are a great team. They have 13 times Champions League trophy. They are great, but they are a different type of team than Liverpool. And I do admit that, because we can't buy any, we can't spend 50, 60 or 70 million on every position. We can't just say, all right, so we need a left back backup, and then we sell Alaba, and then we sign Alaba, and then we need a world-class right back backup, and then we say, okay, we're gonna sign a free agent with Daniel Alves, or free signing with Felipe Luis, and then suddenly we're just like, all right, we have the money, we want to be the top team, let's sign Mbappe, or let's sign Neymar or Dybala. If we sign Dybala, it would be great, but you know, we don't really need him right now. Of course we need player like that, but yeah, of course we need attacking midfields, but I don't really think that is so 100% emergency. Like, we don't really need that player right now. It's like, if we don't sign this player, we're gonna lose everything. No, it's not gonna happen like that. So I hope some of the fans, I know I get the point, because I was a bit worried too, but you have to give the trust to Liverpool. You have to trust the player, you have to trust the club, you have to trust the whole management team, because yes, of course, we do want to sign player, but first of all, that costs a lot of money. And second, when you sign the player, you have to make sure that player is going to work in this system. Same thing when we sign Fabinho and Keita. A lot of people say, especially in the first half of the season, on 18-19 season. 18-19? No, I think earlier I got it wrong. It was 17-18 season. We go into the final and lost to Real Madrid. So like 18-19, first half of 18-19 season, a lot of people didn't see. A lot of people think that Keita is going to be a flop for us. Think there's alright. This player is waste of money. Turns out second half of the season, if it wasn't an injury, I definitely think he will be the attacking midfielder for us, especially his defense attitude. I won't say how good his defense skill is, but his attitude, his determination, and aggression, that the passion that his work rate in the defense perspective, he's way much better than Coutinho. That's the difference between him, Naby Keita, and Coutinho. A lot of people didn't really see that. And also Fabinho, he struggled for the first 3-4 months, and then after that, when we start to play, I believe it's the game when we were play either Fulham or Watford. It's one of those games. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's lots of games, and I didn't watch every game last season because I have school and work I have to do with. I didn't watch some of the game, but once since Fabinho started to, it was in the game when we play in the Champions League. When we play, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that team's name. It was the Serbia's team. When we played them at home, that 2-0 win, Fabinho started standing out from that. And later on, 2 months later, Naby Keita started standing out. And it's the same thing, because Wijnaldum didn't standing out as much in the first season when he was in the team. But 17-18 season, he started standing out. He started to step up. And 18-19 season, we really start to see the profit of it. So it's not, of course you want to sign player, but it's not as important. It's not going to be that important that you don't sign a player and then you just be like, alright, we're gonna lose the whole thing. No, give the team a little bit chance. And even though you say, okay, we might not win in next season, but what about the season after? That time Salah will be about 29 years old, wasn't it? I think he's going to be 28 this year, or 28 or 27. And about his 29 years old, and we have Mane with all these players, they has more experience. And Keita, I believe after 2 seasons later, Keita is going to fit in more into the system. And that time we still got Van Dijk. I believe Joe Gomez is going to be better. Robo is still in his golden age of football. Trent, 2 years older, he's going to be more mature, more experienced about the game. Yeah, we can still win it. So just like give them a little bit chance. Alright, we don't want, of course you can say City, they might win it again. Then what? Then what? We've been through all this time, all this fucking time. 1 year is okay. Yes, of course you can say we've been waiting 30 fucking years. I get it. Alright? The last time we won the league title, I wasn't even born yet. But can we just, even though we didn't win it next season, can we just aim for one more season? One more season. Especially we have already won the Champions League trophy. Even though we don't win the league, but at least we might have seen, okay, what about we spread our attention a little bit, win a League Cup, Carabao Cup actually, or FA Cup. That might work. So it will be okay. I just hope the fans give the club the club a little bit more patient and give them more trust. Yes, we can be nervous, but we don't really want to be a rich man just because we have the money. We don't want to be the one that keeps showing off, see, this is the money we got, we're going to buy all the best player in the world. Then that's not Liverpool anymore. Yes, I know money is important in modern day football, but I believe in Kloop, especially the team we have right now, and we win the Champions League trophy and has an astonishing season last season. Yep, that's pretty much it. I need to finish my video because I'm hot in here. You can see I'm slowly sweating. I didn't even notice. So yeah, see you next time. See you next time. What the fuck I'm saying? Well, you never walk alone.